foreshadowing of things to come.
In the mid-2000s, both The Caped Crusader and The Last Son of Krypton returned to the big screen with varying success. First there was Batman Begins, which kicked off Christopher Nolan's critically acclaimed Dark Knight trilogy. The following year came Bryan Singer's Superman Returns, which was an admirable attempt to bring back the old magic from the beloved Richard Donner film, but it fell a little short. Of course, there were some electronic interactive games to go with them.
So let's take a look at these movie tie-ins.
First up is Batman Begins. Movie license games, in general, get thrown into the canister of mediocrity. Because of this, many of them get forgotten, or unfairly labeled as just bad.
And apparently this game is a co-production of WB and EA.
Well, at the very least, it ought to be interesting.
So, Batman Begins the video game. Well, first thing, the graphics are great. Again, a lot of care has been taken to the visuals, especially the facial features, which still look great today.
Are your pants a little tight there, Bruce?
Goofy walk cycle aside, the game plays pretty similarly to Batman Vengeance. It is an action-adventure where you sneak down one linear stage to another, and eventually face off with various thugs in combat. The number one thing for this game is using fear. Honestly, I'm not sure how well it works here. Fear was the main theme of the movie, so I'll give them credit for trying to implement it. Examples include dropping large crates to startle them, breaking pipes, and basically using your environment. This is crucial, especially when you come across bad guys who have guns. The Batsuit can only offer so much protection. Combat is pretty bare bones. Along with the standard punch and kick, you can also break through guards and do multiple attacks when two enemies are near, until you finish them off with a final attack. There are some bat weapons that helped out too. The funniest part is interrogation mode, where you have to sometimes get information in order to advance. This is where they again try to use the fear aspect. Just press the square button until the beans are spilt. The game also features voice acting for the movie. Some are better than others. For example, Christian Bale does a good job,
I want to know about bears and rabbits.
while Michael Caine sounds half asleep. This game also has Batmobile levels, but like so many others, they're just forgettable. Honestly, this game is a lot like Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. It's a game that got bashed by critics and is now forgotten, but honestly, it was a decent game. It wasn't groundbreaking, but it wasn't supposed to be. It was just a competent sidekick to the motion picture.
Okay, Clark. Your turn.
Fallen. This is Superman Returns. Why do people think this game sucks? It totally doesn't. Well, the PlayStation 2 version does. Unfortunately, we came across this version first, and what we got for it was a watered-down, bland carbon copy. If you were lucky to have gotten the Xbox 360 version, then Superman Returns is the Superman game for you. The game takes a lot of its cues from Spider-Man 2, the video game, in which you fly around Metropolis, fight monsters, put out fires, do races, etc. Now, in all honesty, I do acknowledge that this game is not perfect, of course. Even though they do get the voice actors from the movie to appear in the game, their performances are kind of phoned in. Plus, there is also not a whole lot to do other than beat up monsters, robots, and well-known villains from the Superman Rogue Gallery. Hey, you stupid citizens, get out of the way! What makes this game fun is that it's actually the perfect Superman simulator. The powers on display are really fun to use. When flying at super speed, you will eventually break through the sound barrier twice.
Whoa!
The D-pad allows you to swap between Heat Vision, Ice Vision, Super Breath, and if you double tap, you can increase the powers to do this. And what better are the combos? There are so many great ones like Jor-El's Fist and Earthquake.
I can still beat you.
The game does a really great job displaying my awesome abilities. If you have an Xbox 360 and you want to play a game where my powers are on display, check this one out. Honestly, this game would be a great blueprint for Rocksteady if they ever wanted to do a Superman game in the future.
And speaking of Rocksteady,
Why do I have the sudden feeling that you did all of this just for your own gratification because of the next episode we're about to do?
that's right. Join us next time when we go to Arkham.
Don't ever touch me, Bruce. That was Batgirl's mistake.